WAPB 91.7 FM, and it's Tuesday morning, and we are taking over the radio station, and we are. I love to mess with Jeff.
Thank you for actually flipping it to me in a very professional way this morning instead of just dropping an anchor on my head.
Hey, when you own the station, you get to do wild things.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Maybe we need to call this the, behind the Trinity Rock Hour.
Okay, we're behind it. What's going on with the Trinity Rock Hour?
Well, you tell me. You started a Friday segment.
Yes,
there.
and I got a few different responses. One was say, "Did you realize you were playing a rock show in the morning?" And I said, "Yes." Another one's like, "Is this a normal thing?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm out for opinion. I'm taking a poll. Do you want it to be a normal thing?" I liked it because Fridays, no matter if you work the weekend or not, it was a great way to kick off your Friday morning. And I was in here jamming. So it was mixed. So I'm waiting to see what the next week is.
Well, I did send you another block.
It's already programmed.
Okay. I guess my ideas about the blocks are a little different than yours.
I know. I know there. You tell me your idea and I'll tell you mine.
All right. Well, the block to me is you can play anytime.
Yes. I know.
3, 4 songs. You roll it in. This is a Trinity rock block or a rock block. And it could be 10 in the morning. It could be 1 in the morning.
I know.
So to me, they're blocks that can play anytime. Now, the morning one we did is for the morning, obviously.
Yes.
But I think you could play anytime in the morning.
No, I do too. I love Fridays. Even if it's going to be a rough weekend, I just love the word Friday. And I thought, if it's for anybody, it's for me to kick off my Friday, And then I got last night, today, whatever. And I was listening. I said, okay. And then I did put it for Friday just because I was doing some stuff because I'm leaving to go out of town. And I know I could put it anywhere, and I might shock everybody in the middle of the night.
Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday would like a little bit of rock in the morning, too. So I don't know if you just want to hold off and just make Wednesday at that little piece of time the only time people can hear it. So
I don't know. I'm
going to challenge you a little bit on your time slot and ask you to kind of broaden that to more than just 15 minutes on Friday, to maybe 15 minutes each day.
I'll listen to him. He loves to do that live on the air. To see,
you brought me on here.
I know. Oops, sorry, the mic went down. No, I'm just kidding. I control the mics. No, I just, when I put it up there, it said morning on that one. Okay, because it was funny because I was going to put it somewhere else.
And didn't say Friday morning.
No. I know that. But when I was listening and I said, okay, I'm supposed to do this in the morning. And then I thought, okay, and I was just programming because people think that I just wiggle my nose and it programs. It's not like that, just so we know. And so I was testing the waters and I got a good response. A response both ways. And I like good and bad responses. Just so you know, I like to know if people don't like something just as much as I like to know if they like something.
Well, we send them to another radio station. Don't take those calls here. You send those, I think they start with 88, something like that.
You're so mean.
Send them in that direction. They got the wrong station.
No, you know why? No, but it's not a bad complaint. It just was shocking. Like, what are you doing, Shell? Did you realize you put that on? Like I had programmed it wrong. Do you see what I'm saying?
So they think someone else is running the station.
No, they think that I hit AM instead of PM. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was like, see, it took him a moment. But that's what I was saying when they said, what are you doing on Friday morning? They thought I misprogrammed it.
They thought it was the hour show.
Yes. See?
Okay.
Yes.
Now you got me.
Yeah. So I'm just figuring it all out. And like I said, it takes a couple minutes, a little bit longer, for me to program something. So I'm trying to feel the water. I do think in the middle of the night it would be good. I do feel like in the middle of the night I should do something.
Well, I follow rock station leads, and they play rock music all day long.
Well, and I know that, but we are not totally a rock station.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying there's no wrong time of the day for rock and roll music, especially Christian rock. I know. We don't get any of it on the airwaves. How about that?
I know.
That's why we have the Trinity Rock Hour, and that's why we're so thankful to 91.5 and 91.7 for giving us the opportunity to have the show on the air, because quite frankly, all these other Christian stations don't play Christian rock.
No, and it's exciting, and people do love that I have it mixed in with regular programming too, because they said then it reminds them to tune in to the whole hour show. So
yeah, it's not all loud guitars. I mean, rock, it can be softer. It can be, we've got mid-tempo songs. It's not all, hey, I'm, screaming guitars. We do like the guitars.
Yeah, I do love the new spot. I do love the new spot when they're talking about the guitars and all that. So aren't you on other stations now too?
Well, we did have some more news last week that rolled in. We started at the beginning of the month in Tallahassee on 95.1 The Wave. And they're already back at my door and said, let's go another day. So we went from just doing Thursday show at 94.1, doing Thursday show to doing now Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6:45 in Tallahassee.
That's exciting.
Just that quick.
Yep.
And
no,
that
I
wasn't,
know.
that was right. That wasn't me saying, hey, can we do another day? That was the station manager saying, I got another spot. I want to roll you in there. Can we do another show?
And as a station manager, what that means is he got feedback.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, he's just got a blank space. No. We can fill blank spaces any way we want to fill them. But when we get response, then we go, oh, let's try it another place. So that's exciting.
That was out. That came out of the blue. I didn't expect that, and that was good news. So we're integrated into their show now, 2 days a week. Mm-hmm. The California went off without a hitch. Like I said, I'm not sure when we'll hear of how it's going to move, but I'm excited about the California show because at the end of August they start. Our show runs right into the NFL.
Yes.
And so they have all these talk shows that start coming up for the pregame shows that run at 10 o'clock on Pacific Coast time. Our show's at 9, and so we're going to be running right into the NFL hour. So I'm really expecting
big time.
Lot of traffic as soon as we hit into the football season.
Oh, yeah, because my husband's a football person, and we turn that on way before it starts. It's like, it's going to start at this time. My husband's like, yeah, but they might say something. So, you turn it on early, so that's a great place to be right there.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And what else?
That's about it for the week so far. I mean,
Your office is up and running good.
I'm going over there after we finish.
Because I know you had a big meeting last week at your office.
I did, and actually I found a local company.
Okay.
Catherine, I met with, that actually sponsors the show or sponsors here at the station, and one of the tasks, this is how good God is.
All the time.
All the time. So I'm cruising along with the rock show. I've got the Mighty Sons of Thunder. I've got Loving Kindness. Everything's blasting full speed. And then, one of the things I need to be doing is doing lyric videos for all these rock songs. And it's been on my plate. I've been looking at it. I don't really want to go do it. It's just not my thing.
Okay.
But guess who God sent me last week?
Somebody to help you do it.
Catherine. And she has a video production company right here in Daytona Beach. And she is more than willing and happy and excited. We had a meeting, and we're going to start this week in creating the template. Mm-hmm. And that will be the template where we brand, all the branding goes into. So as we create the videos, they all look somewhat the same as far as the overall feel and style.
Well, so when you see it, you know what you're...
Yeah, you're looking at a Trinity Music and Media Group video. You're looking at Mighty Sons of Thunder. So, and same as we've done in the past with Loving Kindness. So we're into that part now. So that's what's exciting is all of a sudden you're going along in life and you're like, man, I got so many things. I'm not sure what I can do with this. I don't know how to do it. And then God just puts somebody right there with all of the tools, all of the knowledge and experience.
Don't you just love it?
I get in, I have a song that I was listening to on the way in. It's a different song. It's about drugs and people chase life. I'm going to go get high. I get high on Jesus, and I get high on watching Jesus do his thing. That's the song, and because when he comes in, man, he walks in, boom, God's in there with you. All of a sudden, the things that you thought, oh, this can't happen, all of a sudden happens.
Welcome to my day every day at WAPN.
I love it.
Every day at WAPN, that's how I feel.
That came in last week. We're going to start the videos. I've got 60 of them to do, and that's just the lyric videos, okay? That's
now, what do you mean by lyric videos?
Well, where you can pull it up.
Some of us don't know the lingo.
You go on YouTube, you pull up the song, you're like, oh, I don't know the words. Here's the words to the song on a background that's, attractive and moves as you go along. And then you have what I would call the official videos, where you have some kind of story that you're showing to the video,
okay,
which everybody loves. We did it for Come Receive His Love. Ironically, for the Mighty Sons of Thunder, the one video we've done an official video on is the most worship song they got. It's the least rock song we got.
Isn't that funny how God does that, though, just to start you out? He always does something like unexpectedly crazy. So then you go, oh, if you can do it for that, just can't wait to see what you're going to do for this.
Well, it's been kind of rubbing me because I know people, they hear Mighty Sons of Thunder and they're like, oh, I'm going to go look them up. And they hit the YouTube and they're like, what is this one? This should be on Sunday morning.
And that's okay, though, because then they're going to be like, wow, when it all comes together.
Well, it's a good video. It's a great song, first of all. So it's a great worship song, great video. But, to the point, I need 60 almost of those types of videos where you actually act out the song. And so I'm sure a lot of people, they listen to these songs, are like, oh, I wonder what the songwriter was thinking. I know I do that when I hear songs. I want to go see what were they thinking? What's this really about? So combined, that's 120 videos. That's a lot.
Well, think about it, though. You've been able to move quickly with Mighty Sons of Thunder. I mean, back in the day, it was a year process, I think. Wasn't it like a year to get anything from start to finish? I think it was like a year. And now, wow, it can just happen. Wow.
Yeah, getting the music on air is quick today.
Right.
But you still need the other elements to surround the artist so that the listener gets the full experience.
Right.
And so that's the stage that we're at with Trinity. We think back to January, the end of January, we came in here and did one little show with the first album just to kick it off. We're 6 albums down the road. We're on a full
6 months.
Right, 6 months. I mean, we're on a rock show 7 days a week. So, and we have the opportunity to keep expanding.
It's moving.
It's moving great. I mean, it's at the Lord's speed. And I think about that all the time. We all have choices of what we can do in life. And believe me, I wasn't doing this my whole life. This is the last 5-6 years. I've really been strong into Jesus and God. I've had God in my life, my whole life. But it's so much better when you're working on his team. When you actually fully integrate into God's team and you decide, I believe in him, but no, I'm really into him now. I'm going to help build his kingdom, like your banner says behind you. One station, total coverage, building the kingdom. I mean, there's so much energy you get behind that. At least I do every day.
I do every single day. People always laugh at me. Is any day a hard? Days are hard. I'm not saying that, but is any day like you just don't want to do it? No, I have not found a day that I don't want to do radio. As a matter of fact, I will be somewhere else and having a day, and I will come to WAPN and do radio because it's like, this is my sanctuary. This is my zone. This is my place. You know what I'm saying? Right. When I walk through that door, I just feel the presence of the Lord. And even he helps me do all the craziness stuff. What I think is impossible, when I walk through that door, it's possible.
He makes it fun.
It does.
And enjoyable and unexpected.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing... I'll get off of this today, and I could go back and pull up an email somebody sent me from wherever, wanting to show or just saying about a song. So that's the beauty that I found behind this whole project has been just walking in step with God, just trying like Jesus said, put him on your mind all the time, not every so often.
Right.
And it's hard to do because the world doesn't want you to do that.
No.
I can't even watch TV for more than 5 minutes, especially news.
Because you're just like, I don't want to deal with that.
Well, the spirit in me starts moving, and he's telling me, move away from this. You don't hear this. You don't want to be in that. So it's an exciting time. I'm having a lot of fun, and I always like coming in here.
Well, it's funny because I remember when I would leave here, and like I always tell everybody, I loved country music, and that was I thought I had to have that, but I didn't. I needed to have Jesus the whole time, but I was like 1 foot in and 1 foot out about the music, just because I thought, well, I need to know about all genres. Well, I just need to be knowing about all Christian genres. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I never turned my dial again, my life totally changed for the better. I get excited about the music. I get excited to hear and there's always a song that comes on when I'm cruising I feel like, and it's funny because I program them, that I feel like it was picked for me at that moment. That's what I love about music. And I love about the Jesus music is that he's walking alongside of you. And now the music is more personal
Right.
than it used to be. To me, it used to be just like, I don't know, just praise and praise. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
now
yeah.
now there's life in the Christian music. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, well, and we all have our own, style of music. I mean, that's the other thing, and that's why I look at Christian rock and I just see a wide open lane. It's not an area where people have really gravitated towards. I don't know why, because there's so many rockers out there. But to me, I think a lot of it has been the music hasn't been, at least some of that I've listened to, hasn't been as relatable as some of the music is now.
Well, and I think also as a Christian station owner, not fear, I don't want to use the word fear, but the unknown of how people would accept it, because we're listener supported, we don't have like big advertisers that pay for the bill. So it was the lane like, oh no, if I go over there, am I going to lose the station
That
lane?
was the first thing, actually, Mitch, the station manager in Riverside, California, told me out there. He said, look, I'm going to get email right away when I put this show up. So I need to make sure that everything's licensed, copyright. Yeah. And the fact he hadn't called me tells me the show didn't go over as bad as he thought it was going to.
Right.
That actually it did what it was supposed to do.
Right, because if it wouldn't have been received, you would have got a call.
Right. He would have said, hey, we have an issue here. I'm already getting feedback. Instead, it was the opposite.
Right.
So it tells me that you're right. There's a need for it.
But it's
People want to hear
unknown
it.
as a station.
Well, but the platform, that's what I'm working on. I'm building the platform for Christian rock. I'm going to do it nationwide through the Trinity Rock Hour. I can expand it onto 2 hours. I can make it a 3-hour show eventually. But I'm going to take it nationwide, and I'm going to build the super highway for Christian rock all across the country that bands can come in, artists that we can play the music. The reason we use Mighty Sons of Thunder is because, well, it's a Trinity band. It's the artist. And so why would I use a bunch of other people?
Right. And you want people to send in their stuff, right?
Having said that, my vision in time is that I have a network built out across the country of 50, 100 stations, whatever God allows me to do. And that the show is broadcast there, and that then I open up the show to allow for all kinds of other artists onto the platform.
Right.
Right now, I'm building the platform.
Right
with
now,
Mighty
he's
Sons of
shocking everybody.
Well, God is shocking
Yes.
people.
No, and it is. It's a shock factor. I mean, I remember when I said yes, when you came to me with it. It was an easy yes. It was a very easy yes because I grew up in rock and roll, and so that was an easy yes. But then it's like after you say yes as a manager, then you're like, oh no,
Right.
what am I going to do?
Right.
And then it was one night, and I thought, well, one night's okay. And then all of a sudden, it was like, why is it only on Friday nights? Why isn't it on this night? And so I was like, okay. But you do as a manager of something. But this is one thing my father always taught me, because when my dad was alive, he would shock people. He would have, Portuguese. He would have Spanish program, and people would go, I can't believe, Mr. Line, in the middle of normal programming, you changed Spanish. He goes, that's another group of people we want to reach. And if we don't do something for them, we're going to lose them. And so I used to think, really? But it's a la carte. You want to have something for everyone because you want to be able to go, hey, we've got Christian rock over here, because can't say they haven't been looking.
Look, I was thinking about this on the way in. You and I go back and forth on some marketing ideas, some flyers that we do. I had one in my head, listen, 91.5, 91.7, you are the Christian rock station.
I know, it's weird.
There is no other Christian rock station right around here. I'm sorry, there is none. You guys are it. And we need to, and you've embraced it, and that's the beauty of it all. And that is the difference between 91.5, 91.7 to the other stations in Daytona Beach. They don't do that. And the ones that may attempt to do it aren't on this level that we're promoting right now and doing. So I give you, to me, every time I think about you and your station, I think of leadership in the community. You're way undervalued and underappreciated. So as I've said last time I'm on, if you're listening to 91.5, 91.7, donate to this station. This is a not-for-profit community station. All these other ones I see around us, especially the big ones, they got plenty of money. Okay? And you're competing in a way with them. And I think you're outdoing them. And you're outdoing them by providing what you're supposed to do, which is the message to bring people to Jesus. You're not sitting here as the gatekeeper going, well, I love Jesus, but I don't like your message for Jesus.
No, I always wanted to, if you
Exactly.
believe in Jesus, allow you to be on the air. And I love the one thing that you had done where it's like the preaching, the prayer, the praise, you know, and it was great because that's my visual checklist every day. Am I checking off those boxes so that anyone seeking, when they're scanning that dial and seeking, they land and they go, wow, this is something for me.
Right.
You know, I had my little granddaughter in here the other day, and she's singing to songs that were coming over the air. Blessed my heart so much because you wonder, that's the next generation.
Exactly. You want the kids to be singing. And so, you know, you need songs on the radio that push kids to Jesus, that push people to Jesus.
Yep.
And, you know, we got a lot of, and that's the beauty of Daytona Beach. I love this place. I mean, I drive every day. I appreciate our beach so much. We have the best beach on the planet. I've traveled all over the place. I love Daytona Beach. Having said that, we got a lot of rockers, a lot of drug addicts in the area. And I don't say rockers or drug addicts, just rockers that have fallen off on some of their parts in their life. And music is a way to bring them back. The rock music is what you get them back with. You're not going to get a rocker back with some hymn.
Right.
They're not going to do it. That doesn't move them. They're not going to come back with some low worship music. Now you hit them with a rock song, and they start hearing some guitars, and they go, "Whoa, what is that?"
And that's the whole thing.
Right.
When they're seeking and scanning, that's what they're going to hear.
You know, and it's another way, it's another message, bringing people to God and showing them that Jesus is the path. And so, again, I give you all the credit and the stations that have picked me up across the country, and we're going to keep continuing. And because you're not the gatekeeper sitting here going, well, this is my taste,
no.
Okay, and my taste is I don't like you and your music, and so I ain't going to play it. You play everybody. And that's what I appreciate, and I hope the audience appreciates it today. And if you do, then please donate to the station.
I appreciate that. Now, how do we get a hold of you?
Well, don't get a hold of me.
Don't get a hold of you? How do we get a hold of Trinity?
No, look,
you know what we'll do? We'll give out your personal number.
Hold on. Let me look up a station here. I'll give you a number to call. No, look, you know, if you want to find out more about the Rock Hour, go to TrinityRockHour.com. We have a website now for that. If you missed the show by chance, just go to the website and on TrinityRockHour.com, hit the On Demand button. You hit the On Demand button, pick your show you want to hear. If you didn't hear it at 6, don't worry about it. You want to hear it this morning on the way to work? Go to Trinity Rock Hour right now. When we get off the air here, boom, hit the On Demand button. You have the show. You're going to listen to the whole show.
I love that there's so much electronics out there and so much different ways.
Right.
I mean, we live in an amazing, wonderful time that we can find what we want to listen to at any time.
I'm listening to the audience, and the audience says, I can't hear your show at 6 p.m. at night. I want to hear it.
Is he trying to push a button with me, buddy?
That was you. I get your feedback. And then if you want to find out more about Trinity, at trinitysongs.com, that's the parent company. And there we do a lot of different things over there. And that's a good site. It's got a lot of stuff going on. There's some merchandise over there if you want a Trinity Rock Hour shirt. Same with the Trinity Rock Hour. But, you know, so those are the two places to go.
Well, thanks for coming in. I think we'll just make it every Tuesday. Why not?